All right, everyone, it's time to talk about democratic socialism because it does not actually exist. This has been a term that has been bandied around by people who self-proclaim to be democratic socialists. You're not a democratic socialist. You're a socialist. You believe in socialism. You believe that the United States and other countries should be ruled by an authoritarian regime, and that's that, basically. That's the only thing that you believe in. I do not believe in such things. I believe that the people of the United States should be in solidarity with freedom and that we should be a democratic society. I do not believe in socialism in any way, shape, or form. I will never support it. I fucking hate you. Socialism is a cancer on this goddamn world. It is literally a cancer. When you think about it, it's worse than cancer, I suppose. Cancer may or may not kill you. Socialism probably will. Well, then there's a little bit of a difference now, isn't there? Socialism is evil. And we need to come to the understanding that it is evil. We need to come to the understanding it's a stepping stone towards communism, nothing more. The only reason that it exists is to ingratiate you towards communism. That's all. There's nothing more to say. Communism is evil. We used to understand this as a country back in the old days, back in the when the boomers were in their 20s, so they were like, the same age as most of us are. They understood that communism was bad. They understood that communism was an evil in the world. They understood that it had to be fought against. Socialism, as Lenin himself proclaimed, is nothing more than a stepping stone towards communism. He stated it himself. He openly stated this, and people still act like socialism. No, it's not the same as communism. This is democratic socialism. Okay, so socialism, instead of at the point of a gun, is instead voted for, and then, you become socialists, and the same thing exactly happens. All right, that's wonderful. See, the result is effectively the same. You're still in a socialist society. It's just that you were stupid enough to vote it into power instead of having it shoot you before it took power. There's really no difference in the end, now is there? You're still a socialist society. Still socialism. How wonderful. Yeah. Nobody got shot on day one. They only got shot on day two. How wonderful. Yeah, socialism is retarded, dude. And just saying, socialism and communism have never worked in the history of mankind. They have never worked. They never will work. And they are decrepit. They are doomed to failure. If you get a socialist society, you're a step away from communism. Once you get the communist society, then you die, generally speaking. That's pretty much the way that it works. How wonderful. I personally oppose this, do not believe in following that particular ethos, and I think that I stand with all reasonable, rational people when I say so. I do not believe in socialism and communism. I believe that they are evil. I believe that they are evil and that they are a cancer on this world. Some people say, well, you're just a right-wing thug. Oh, okay, I'd rather be a right-wing thug than be a communist. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna side with I'd rather side with the goddamn Ku Klux Klan, dude. Because at the very least, at the end of the day, there's the possibility of a rational sort of system actually being there. I can't get that with communism. There's no possibility. We've already seen it over and over for over 100 goddamn years. They're not capable of incepting a system that is capable of working. Well, the Ku Klux Klan did. The fucking Nazis did, of all people. Fucking a bunch of Nazis and Klan members and shit like that. were able to make a system that at the very least worked, albeit briefly, admittedly so. But the communists have never made a system that could work at all, basically. It was impossible for them to actually incept such a thing. So who am I going to side with? If you want to call me a right-wing thug, say that I'm racist, I'm a Nazi, whatever the hell you want to say to me, fine. That's okay. Okay, then I'm a fucking Nazi. At the very least, the system worked. To some degree, communism has never given us such a thing. Communism gave us nothing. Communism gives you a system that works for like a day, and then all of a sudden just collapses into its own footprint. That's basically what communism gives to you. Socialism is nothing more than a stepping stone to communism. Here's the problem. When people call themselves democratic socialists, what they're really saying is, I want communism, but I would prefer that you vote me into office as opposed to me having to shoot you as a result. I would prefer not to shoot you. That's basically the selling point when you think about it. I would prefer not to have to blow your head off in order to incept my convoluted version of government. That's what democratic socialism is. These people are evil. We need to understand that there is actually evil in the world. A lot of the time, people want to believe there's no such thing as evil. People are generally good. They're trying. They're attempting to help others. Some of these people are not attempting to help others. You need to understand this. They are fucking pure evil. They want to kill you. They, by the way, state this on a fairly regular basis. We need to stop them at all hazards. We need to stop the commies. I mean, people in the past used to understand this. Why is it that the current generation is not capable of understanding this? It blows my mind, actually. We used to know communism is evil. It is averse to all of the values that we hold dear in the fucking United States. It doesn't stand for freedom of privacy. It doesn't stand for freedom of expression. Certainly doesn't stand for the ability to defend yourself, among other things. And the idea of states' rights, of course, that goes out the window immediately along with the right to a fair trial. All of the things that we see in our society that are troubled. We don't have a fair trial system. We don't have a proper Second Amendment. We don't have true free expression. All of these things have been denigrated by the United States government. Okay, what's the alternative? Should we incept a communist government that will openly defy these things instead of trying to actually fix the system that we're working with? That makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense at all. I can't even believe it when people say, well, I'm actually communist. All right, why? Well, because the system is broken. Yeah, granted, absolutely. The system is completely broken. Why is communism going to fix it? How is communism going to fix it? They can't answer the fucking question. It's impossible for them to answer. Yeah, the system's broken. Of course it is. Everyone fucking knows this. Everyone. Right, left, center, independent. Everybody knows that the system is fucking fundamentally broken. How are we going to fix it? If you think that communism is the answer, I think that you're a little bit screwed up. Just saying. That's about all. Peace out.